everybody in this story is longing for a life that they don't have. Their deepest desire is not realized in their life. Annette Bening wants to be successful, and she's lost her ability to connect. Kevin Spacey wants to connect, and he's not connecting. Chris Cooper wants to love a man, and he's locked into a marriage with somebody who doesn't understand. Nobody understands anybody in this movie.
Yeah.
And everybody wants so deeply to be understood.
You think you're the only one who's frustrated?
I'm not? Well then, come on, baby, I'm ready.
Welcome to America's weirdest home videos.
Everything in the making of the movie was, everybody had the same idea. So the production design and the cinematography were very informed by Sam's vision. And then again, he shot it almost very, very aware of a proscenium, and something about just focusing on an event and then focusing on another event is a way of storytelling that is kind of unusual in a film, and I think very successful, especially in this story. And this story is little snips of people's lives who are not connected to what they want. So I have to say thematically, and then thematically in terms of the filmmaking, as well as a script that was beautifully written and realized for its true self in the making. Sorry if this is a little abstract, but a lot of times the story, the vision of the director either isn't deep enough, or the story is not profound enough, or different people who are contributing to the film are not quite in tune. But in this case, everything resonated, and I think that's why it works so well.
You have to, for instance, create two different environments. The one where Kevin Spacey lived, that seemed more happy. Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening lived, seemed like a happy home, at least for the outside. And then you have Chris Cooper and Alison Jenny, that is a darker space, a darker environment where everything is sad and everything is repressed. How was creating these two different houses?
I think part of it was, a very big part of most movies is the palette. So there was a palette that identified red as being apart from all the other colors for the Annette Bening, Kevin Spacey house. The other colors, so it was kind of blues and beiges and staying away from red. And then the cinematographer, Conrad Hall, did beautiful things with atmospheric smoke that I think helped to soften the light in that house. In the other house, we used a really dark palette so that the skin, everybody in that scene was light-skinned, and they would pop out of the darkness. And the light was much more direct and more isolated just in spots. It wasn't as diffused. So between the lighting of the spaces and the palette, and the fact that the way Sam Mendes framed things was kind of like proscenium. You'd put it in a frame, and he allowed the camera to move more in Kevin's house than he did in Chris Cooper's house.
Yeah.
Where we kept things very stiff inside the frame. What I proposed was building a bed of roses on the floor, dropping the petals down, and reversing the film. And that's what we did.
Yeah, and why do you choose to portray it like this? It's like you are portraying this kind of virginity of the girl, this purity that she has, and mixing it with the kind of lascive thought that Kevin Spacey's character had with her. You have to combine these two things, because even though we are still seeing a little girl, we are seeing it through the eyes of Kevin Spacey.
Yes, I think his point of view is exactly what you say. It's a combination of lust, but there's a bit of tenderness in it, and a bit of wistfulness in it, and a bit of longing for some sort of purity in her beyond just lust.
You want to see the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed?
It was really hard, and nobody could do it. So eventually, Sam sent some people out for a couple of days, and they just went around trying to get the bag to float just right.
And this bag was just dancing with me.
They had like a fan and a camera and a piece of sidewalk, and they worked on it because we couldn't get it. When we tried doing it in the main photography, it was so hard to get it to be beautiful that it took too much time, and he had to give it to somebody else to do. So I can claim no responsibility for that beautiful.
But it's funny that you actually tried to do it. You actually tried on set, and that's
It's
hard.
amazingly hard to reproduce a random moment of insight. You know, I'm sure you've had them. I know I've had them, like looking at some piece of junk on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden you think, I understand something about, you know, the history of the world. And
Yeah.
how do you reproduce that? It's really tricky.